ready, red rooster. You'll know with just one look, we've got the world's best chook.
Australia, your chicken is ready.
We've got a ready, red rooster.
The Escape Pod.
Welcome back to Turnstile Records presents The Escape Pod. I am Jezbot.
I'm Timmy Taco.
I'm Sean Bateman-Jacks.
Two very hungover individuals in front of me. Bit rusty pipes, boys.
That's a nice way to throw us under the bus.
What time did you finish up last night, fellas?
At 4 o'clock in the morning, I said, that's Sean enough.
Catchphrase number one. I love it.
Yes, yeah. About that.
Yeah, it got a bit rickety, yeah.
Bit rickety. And as such, we're a little bit rickety today. But that's why we shouldn't do this on a Sunday.
Yeah, it's a bit,
Yeah,
it's a
I
bit rough.
totally agree. I want to stick to the Wednesday thing, but
Well, we're going to have to double up this week if we can.
yeah,
It's just at the
Check the
peril of
schedules.
our listeners, really.
it
That,
really is. Yeah, we're
And
being,
ourselves,
Yeah.
might I add. You know.
Well, you can't do anything on Saturday night if you're going to record on Sunday, can you?
No, that's apparently not.
And I've noticed that you're just that little bit disappointed with us.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm not disappointed about is the two white T-shirts again, which is...
Hey, if I'm not wearing a nice button-up shirt, I'm in a white T-shirt. I don't know if you noticed.
Tidy whitey.
Have you heard the excuse me, just fix
Readjust
my
the
mic up
mic,
here.
yeah.
It's
Okay.
got a bit of a droop. It's had a big night also.
The old Foster's floppers, I'm sure you experienced last night.
Nice. But anyways,
What was I saying?
what was I saying? Yeah, I've got no idea.
Oh, you forget?
Yeah, totally.
Okay, wow. Okay.
Excellent.
Moving right along.
Well, this is definitely Wednesday is the record time, not a Sunday. I think we've established that
Yeah, I think
pretty firmly now.
Got a couple of messages from your dad.
Yep. He
where-
gets angry when we don't do it on the Wednesday.
Yeah.
It's just slightly less professional on a Sunday, isn't it, really?
But so scheduling
different
issues.
vibe.
Yeah, it
Hey,
is different.
I'm happy to do it any day. I'm excited to get involved with the podcast anytime I get the opportunity, whether it be
that's
a
good
Sunday,
news.
5:30 on a Tuesday morning,
Let's do it.
Okay.
We've cranked one out early morning, haven't we? About 9 or 10 o'clock. We've tried to do a pod. It's a bit fresh. It's fresher.
Yeah.
in
Did
your
we keep
mind.
it?
Probably not.
This is better than the Jezbot After Dark.
Yes, well, that's
Lost tapes.
never to be released. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a Christmas that went awry.
To Rye?
We went to Rye for Christmas, and then just don't record when you're smashed.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
No.
Doesn't work.
No, that's right.
Or just erase it for us, Tim, after you.
Yeah,
record
and
it.
just for the record, just for the listeners, Dan Oz was going to be here today. He was invited. You were invited, Dan Oz. But scheduling issues. What's
That
he
was-
doing? Sunday dinner.
Sunday dinner, but they were at my house actually just before I left here, catching up with Cass, which is the
she's
new.
back.
Is an update. This is where you'll put your sample.
Is it?
Yes. So
How's
what
Cass
did
going?
we call it? What was I calling the sample?
Is she recovering quite well?
She's recovering quite well. All tests came back benign, which is great. She even had a beer last night.
Okay.
Just to sort of, and we went to the Zoo Twilights. Already
Zoo
had
Twilights.
tickets, yeah.
Awesome.
So she was like, "No, I'm going. I'm not going to give these tickets away. I've got to get out of the house."
So do you guys went and got tickets for that? Just
That was our Christmas present to ourselves.
okay.
Yeah.
The zoo.
The Zoo Twilight gig,
It
featuring.
looked like a pretty heavy gig.
It was big. It was
Yeah.
big. Hiatus Coyote.
Yeah.
And a triumphant return to Melbourne. Once again, awesome. CD quality.
Isn't
Great band.
What's
Great band.
the name of the band again?
Hiatus Coyote.
All right.
Yeah.
Isn't that that movie with the chicks dancing on the bar? Or
Yes, pretty much.
that's Coyote Ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's also a growth that you can get on the inside of your cheek there. It's a hiatus coyote.
Is that
Really?
your snooze review?
2.0.
Did you was there any backlash from the animals?
I reckon
Yeah.
the animals might enjoy it somewhat. There are a lot of security guards blocking areas.
Is it close by the orangutans?
Past the orangutan, near the reptile house, actually.
Oh, okay, on that grassy knoll.
On the grassy knoll.
Near
And
the
I-
lions?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly. I think they
Because we
need
were there
to
recently.
remove some of the trees and, More grass.
Oh, so for you,
view,
to sit,
yeah.
just for the view.
Just for the view.
There was no integration of animals with the concert.
No, they don't bring out the lions or the orangutans.
So it's just a convenient use of the space and attaching
and
it
our
to
backup singers, the gazelles.
What's the idea? Like, what's the relationship with the zoo? Is the idea to go have a look at the animals, and then you kick back and then go watch the music?
You can get there earlier with your little your wristband, and you can get there at 5:30. You see, boys, and you can walk around for half an hour seeing some of the exhibits, and then you get to go to the gig. But this one was for the Bandicoot, I believe.
Really?
All proceeds proceeds go to the Bandicoot.
There you go.
And we all love our Bandicoots.
Is that a play on? Is that because that was the only animal that sort of had band in it?
I see what they've done there.
Yeah.
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 So like, who misses out on those funds?
Well, I've never heard a band, the Penguins. Is it the Penguins?
Okay.
Penguins have their fair share of charity money.
Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah, I think they do.
They do.
Yeah.
Well, it's all
they've always got suits on, like tuxedos. They don't need money.
It's all those fairy penguins. They get all the money down there at Phillip Island.
They do, don't they?
They're hogging.
Yes.
And the king penguins and whatnot at the aquarium. Have you seen that little enclosure there?
No,
It's sadistic, that enclosure.
It's kind of weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
too small.
No, it's just weird because like
It's not quite as big as the
completely.
Antarctica.
Yes, it's not quite as big as it.
Yeah, and all the polystyrene ice
Yeah,
cubes.
that's exactly it. But like the back walls painted blue like the sky, and there's slides there just like in Antarctica.
It's the Truman Show. All I
Yes,
was going to
it
say.
is.
Yeah.
Well, they must have named one Harry Truman.
Yeah, that's right.
Did you get that? Did you catch that? So yeah, that's the see what condition my condition was in update with Cassie Lee. So big ups to her. She's been a real trooper, and I love you, Cassie.
Yeah.
And also a big ups to one of the podcasting forefathers that actually gave me the inspiration to start a podcast. Turnstile Records presents the Escape Pod. In fact, the old Kevin Smith.
I thought you were going to say Timmy Taco.
Well, I mean, you do all the work, and the heavy lifting,
but it's not. I'm not inspiring you.
No, not at all. Not at all. Especially not today, the way you're talking.
You're carrying him, not inspiring him.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, big old Kevin Smith. He must have done, I don't know, 10,000 podcasts by now. Who knows? He's done his hours.
Yep.
Massive heart attack.
Oh, really?
Yes.
When?
He's doing 2 shows on Friday night. I don't know, stand up or whatever. And in between the second show, he's going, I'm feeling a bit dizzy, and he was having a massive heart attack. He had 100% blockage in the one of the arteries, one of the 4
one
or
of the
3.
roads. Yeah.
I don't know how many you got.
One of the tubes.
One of the tubes was completely clogged, and I
How'd you get the news? Like, where does that pop up?
Facebooked him. He's one of my friends, Kevin Smith. Yeah, I like his stuff. He's
real friends.
Matty Whelan as well. He's a part of that group.
Okay.
But I was thinking, if I've got that much money and all that responsibility and all these fans, don't you go once a year to get a checkup? 7-point blood test.
He's a comedian.
Yeah, like, and his shtick is, Fat Man on Batman. The big guy from
Silent Bob.
That's the one, Silent Bob.
Trench coat.
Yeah. So massive heart attack,
Don't
but
go
not on stage.
No, rushed to hospital, but
Because I've been on YouTube and checked out like comedian dies on stage, right? Right. Maybe looking for a bombing set or what it looks like for someone to bomb, and it came up with this English guy that he was like big in the UK, one of those stand-up comics, Cockney, and like had a variety show and blah 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 blah. Anyway, he's doing a punchline, and it's kind of his shtick to do a gag like this, and he does this. He sits on this thing, and he's in a magician hat or some kind of weird thing. And just before they cut to the ad, he just like goes, looks down, and then drops dead in front of everybody. But like, it's just sitting there. And then they realise that something's wrong with him. So these arms come out from behind the curtain and pull him, and then drag his legs. You should watch it. Man,
so the audience is going bananas, like loving every second of the
it's a great shtick, great shtick. And
he's done it again.
Yeah. I wouldn't say they died laughing, but he died making them laugh.
Have you seen anyone faint on stage? It's always a shock. It's like, oh.
No. Why do people always? Why do people always faint in wedding parties? And they're not always the people that are involved. They'll be like someone in the bride's party or the
Do you faint
even
from
groomsmen and people are just like doing weird fainty things. You're like, what?
Do you faint from shock, or it's like you wouldn't go oh like Kent the mechanic that does all. Are you sitting? Are you sitting for this? Like as if I'm gonna fall over
When you hear the price of your new transmission.
which is coming right now.
Yeah. I think with the bridesmaids and the bride, it's 6 months of fasting.
Yeah.
There's no food. There's no water. It's probably a glass of champagne at 8 o'clock in the morning, getting your hair did.
Yeah.
And then by the time 1 o'clock rolls around, you're either smashed or I think that's where the fainting might come in with the ladies. The guys probably bucks party the night before.
Oh yeah.
Empty stomach again.
Yep. The night before a podcast.
So we're
Bag of cocaine.
we're pointing the finger at the empty stomach.
I think the empty
that's the
stomach is.
culprit.
I think you're going to faint on a full stomach.
It's not like just a bunch of sissies fainting at the sight of unrequited, celebrated love and certified.
It's just too much.
Too much.
for 'em.
Too much.
No. Okay.
Because we did a wedding with Ads's mate, and the bride ended up leaving in an ambulance.
That's correct. Yes, he goes to the best weddings.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it was very interesting. But I would say that there was some fainting going on as well at that one. But she was like directly in the sun, and there was heat stroke involved.
yeah,
And an empty stomach.
that
I
summer-
suspect.
midsummer wedding. I don't know. I'm not
And
so
it was
sure
one of
about
those impromptu. And by the way, you're at our wedding.
it. One of these ones.
Shouldn't have worn a singlet, Gaza. Now you're in all the photos in a singlet.
Oh, it's sadistic. Statistically, like the odds are that it's going to be pretty damn hot in an Australian summer.
Yeah.
You're organising an event. You're asking all your friends to come. It's one of those events where you really should go.
Yeah.
And it's also one that has a bit of a, formal dress code. You have to rock up in suits and ties. You're saying, dress top to tail, come out standing 40 degrees and celebrate with me. I just think, go fuck yourself.
It's too much.
Go fuck yourself.
And to drop it on you, if you're a notoriously late comer, and then I'll get there at about 9. You've already missed the ceremony, and you are a dog.
That's it.
You're a dog forever.
Or you do the old ghosty. You leave early, and you didn't realise that it was as soon as it got dark.
Yeah. This
they
40th
started-
sucks.
Yeah, this is shit. Interesting.
Yeah. What condition my condition is in. And that's where the sample will go.
Sounds good.
Again? Okay. Yeah, sure.
Hey, Barbara Streisand cloned her dogs. I didn't know. She got 3 dogs, and she had a good dog back in the day. She kind of liked it, so she decided to clone it twice. Not once, but twice.
Okay, so what? One dog, the dog's alive. She takes a bit of it, and then
Oh yeah, a bit of
So
DNA. Cloned it off this.
When did the cloning
I think that was
become
in
commercially viable?
I think that was in Repet on that Total Recall.
I'll have to
Come to
double check.
Repet.
I'll have to double check, but I think it might have happened as long as 6 years ago that she had these
that
dogs
you can
cloned.
that you can do it like if you've got enough money, you can get like
Well, that's what
what is it,
surprised
Daisy
me.
the sheep or what was it?
I think Daisy the sheep is correct.
Daisy the
Daisy
sheep.
the sheep is correct, but as far as I remember, that was a bit of a controversy.
Yeah, it's like playing God,
Yeah.
playing Farmer God.
But that was like we did Daisy the sheep, and it was like, we don't do that again. And we
Sounds
know
like a
that
horror movie.
someone's cloning weird
Days
shit,
of the sheep.
and cloning shit and asking themselves, "Can I fuck it yet?"
Yeah, that's,
Constantly. But and they're still doing it. But I thought like Daisy the sheep was sort of like the end of sort of cloning what was going on. But then I hear it's like common practice. Yeah, Barbara Streisand's got a couple of cloned dogs she's kicking around with.
well, if Barb's able to get it, it's got to be available.
Well, not to the general public. I think she's pretty rich.
Yeah,
Pretty rich. Do you think by the third re-dog, it's like VCR?
It's
You're
like
taping over a
it's
VCR
like,
tape holders.
multiplicity. Hey, Steve, you want some pizza, Steve?
The other thing is though, like they were like cocker spaniels or something. It's not like they were like kelpies with this dog round up sheep quicker than any dog I've ever seen round up a pack of sheep. This is a dog that just runs around the house just looking like a idiot that's been shown a card trick. You know,
I'd be very interested to see if the dog has the same personality. Like, is it cloning everything about it?
Well, this is nature, the classic nature nurture.
Well, they do
question.
say that, but like they did these, the recent tests where they're studying consciousness and if consciousness is actually in the brain or if it's something beyond, the brain.
Yep.
A lot of people speculate that you can, if you completely replicate your brain, like synapse for synapse, neuron for neuron, the same pathways completely, then essentially you should have the same consciousness because your brain's exactly the same. But that's not how it works.
Yeah,
Recently, they what did they do? They put using new AI technologies. They took a few years ago. They modelled a worm, molecule for molecule, from the ground up, just a worm, and then they put this into an AI. Put all this information, every bit of information that they could get from a worm. Put all this information into a new AI to model it to see if it had worm-like consciousness, and it did nothing.
No realistic vagina.
No, you couldn't fuck it.
No,
but it did nothing. So it showed
really
that
work.
that
Can I
consciousness
hit you with a
wasn't.
little bit of the old? Because you hit us with some serious
Science facts over
science
there.
facts. All we wanted to know was, did Barbara name the dog part 3?
But that's I was just getting to the fact that you go spend all the money to clone a dog, and essentially it's not going to be the same dog. It's just a dog. You know what I mean?
you could just get the same breed and
Would you
go,
just-
wow, looks
you
like
just
me old dog.
Particularly liked the patterning.
I've got a Barbara fact.
Yeah.
It's
Fact
got to
us.
say fetish.
I heard she's got her own shopping centre in her little house there, like shops set up so that she can just go walk around her mansion and all her
What,
ranch.
at her
and-
house?
Yeah, I think it's
Right.
Barb's.
Really?
Yeah.
Does that take the fun out of it? Like when everything in the shops is already yours?
Yeah.
I want to know how many times the store attendants had to fold their medium T-shirts in the front window when Barbara's walking past, just in case she
Look
wants
busy,
a medium
look busy.
T-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like North
Here
Korea.
she comes.
Oh, it's exactly like North Korea.
Isn't everything?
Yeah, like
Sometimes.
Like, China,
Eddie
South
Marbo.
Korea,
Yeah.
Hungry Jacks.
the vibe,
Yeah,
Yep.
it's all that.
Dirty Bird.
Well,
You didn't
speaking
get
of Dirty Bird,
your Dirty Bird on the way over here today. We're just
No, I
saying.
didn't.
Now,
So
wait,
you-
are we calling Red Rooster Dirty Bird, or is it actually supposed to be KFC?
I think KFC's your traditional Dirty
It is,
Bird.
and that's filthy. And I must take a bit of offence when people refer to Red Rooster as Dirty Bird because I think Red Rooster is a bit of an institution. It's something to be celebrated.
Australian institution, would you
Yeah,
say?
and not like racist patriotism Australia. You know what I mean? Like
That one. My favourite kind.
Not that one. I'm just saying it's an old, delicious takeaway franchise that seems to be, like on the brink of. It's an underdog, and I like to. I know I don't get a chance to eat it very often, but I'll pass one on the way here when I get a ride here, or I Uber. I don't drive much. 'cause of my back
that Red
injury.
Rooster you pass is the first Red Rooster in Australia.
You're fucking joking me.
No, that's the headquarters, mate.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's the first one.
All right. Well,
I've
that's
got a question though.
That's the one where it's, kids, some teenagers climbed up and took the S out of it.
I'm
Took the S off
genuinely
the sign,
thrilled.
so it was Red Rooter for ages.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
My question is, do you remember Aussie Sundays when the chook was worth the wait? Well, Red Rooster does.
Because they cook it good. I can't remember that one.
Hey, I don't even mind this.
They make it Sunday every day.
Oh, God.
I don't know. I don't want that.
No, I don't want that either.
I don't want to be hungover every day.
No, not every day. But that Red Rooster, yep, that's the headquarters. It's also the place that
Fired you.
fired me. Yep.
Oh, really?
I got fired from there. And
You got fired
I got
from that one up
food
there?
poisoning from that one as well.
Oh, really?
Like severely. Chicken roll.
Oh,
and,
they're bad.
and like the worst part of it was that I was like, when am I going to eat? We get to eat another chicken roll. Am I ever going to eat one again?
So,
I did. I went straight back to
You
it.
did, straight on the horse.
Well, it's
You've got
like,
to. Otherwise, you might never to this day.
it's hit and miss. It's
I like how
It's
you won't go to a doctor's ever again, but you jump straight back on the chicken
That's
roll
exactly
like, the
right,
next
yeah.
day.
well, I've got to build up the immunity to the hideous food poisoning
bugs.
they got. Yeah.
Yeah.
Salmonella.
Bacteria.
Right.
That's science right there.
Is it? Red Rooster. Dun, dun.
I've come up with a new segment / game / thing to talk about.
Okay.
Excellent.
Do you want to hear it?
Yeah.
Love content.
Well, Tim, just put in a sample here.
What do you all want for nothing? A rubber biscuit?
You right? Okay. Yeah. So it's called Rubber.
Sorry, I had to look it up on the internet.
It's called Rubber Biscuit, and it comes from it's a song by the Chips, but covered by the Blues Brothers
Right.
later on. That's how I know it.
I know I'm getting hungry.
You want a rubber biscuit, do you?
I want chips.
Oh, the chips. Sorry. Do you know who does awesome chips? Red Rooster.
Oh, they do. They
Yeah.
do. I think they put drugs in their salt.
It's Sunday every day.
There's an addictive compound in there somewhere.
I used to crave it fortnightly. So Rubber Biscuit, like I've been listening to this song for, it must be 25 years now, and there's some old school language in there, or like phrases and stuff that I hadn't figured out. I didn't know what it was. What was a rubber biscuit? Do you know what a rubber biscuit is?
Is it a biscuit with semen on it?
It's a lyric. No, that's a soggy biscuit.
Yeah, sorry. It's the first thing that
is
came
it
to mind.
Another name for a bouncy check.
It could be. It could be. Have you ever heard? This is a lyric. This is a lyric. Sorry, Tim. This is a lyric from the song. Have you ever heard of a wish sandwich? A wish sandwich is the kind of sandwich where what?
Red Rooster serves it fortnightly every Sunday.
Any ideas? What a wish sandwich might be?
Wish
A wish
sandwich.
A wish sandwich. Sandwich.
Is it the? Is it the? No, I don't know.
You don't know? No guesses? How's the brains going,
A
fellas?
red
Sizzle, pop, fry.
wish sandwich is a cat you can't swing in a shed on a hot day.
We're still
Close.
talking about Red Rooster.
We're still we're just this is a new
The
segment. now.
wishbone from a chicken.
Well, a wish sandwich is a type of sandwich where you have 2 slices of bread and you wish you had some meat.
Okay.
Bow, bow, bow. Right?
Okay.
Okay, now what was...
Is that a metaphor for
that's
two
actually a song
dudes
lyric.
hanging out watching Rage, wishing they had a chick?
Yeah.
In roll.
Okay, so this is another one. And a biscuit, for in American terminology, is like a roll. Like a dinner,
It is.
Like a
It's
dinner
a
roll.
dinner roll.
Yeah, it's like a biscuit.
Like a what do they call them in England?
A butty. A butty. A butty.
Butty.
A butty. A chip butty.
Oh, chip butty.
Chip
that's it.
butty.
Oh, really?
Something like that, yeah.
Oh.
See, it's weird because in other countries they say things differently from us.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, so the other day I had a ricochet biscuit.
Oh.
What kind of biscuit is that?
A ricochet biscuit is the kind of biscuit that's supposed to bounce back off the wall into your mouth. If it don't bounce back, you go hungry.
Ah.
Bow, bow, bow.
That's a metaphor for if you love it, set it free. And if it comes back, it was always yours.
It was always meant to be.
And
This is deep,
and then
man.
shorter phrase part of that is it's mine. I nicked it.
Yeah, another shorter phrase of that is throw a biscuit at the wall, you wasted your bloody biscuit.
Yeah.
Now, this
it
is
bounces
my
back.
favourite.
It's not a good biscuit.
It's not stale enough. So this is the one that led me to this segment.
Right.
It's part of the lyrics. The other day, I had a cool water sandwich. What do you reckon a cool water sandwich is? This is clever. This is a good one. I like this one.
It's the kind of sandwich that when you have a you bite into the sandwich and you have a drink of water. I don't know.
No.
But
It's I'll tell you because you're not going to get it.
Yeah,
brain of mine.
It's the sort of sandwich you eat in a cold
hurts so
bath
much.
just before you drop the toaster in.
Well, okay, there you go. Yeah, that's one option. That is one option. It's better than Tim's option, that's for
Yeah,
sure.
it's a good option right now.
I'll tell you what, a cold water sandwich is a piece of watermelon.
Oh.
What's clever?
Bow, bow, bow.
Bow, bow, bow. Cold water sandwich or a cool water sandwich.
It depends on how you store the watermelon.
Depends.
Yeah,
Just
okay.
depends if you're from the south or not. And the last one, and then we'll get into some other catchphrases from the 50s and whatnot that I've looked up because I've done my research, boys. Because you guys were seeing each other last night. And
Groovy. I like how you've done this.
Yeah, it's good.
It's weird.
Layers.
You know, like it's 4 days later, but I would have been somehow much more prepared if we did it on Wednesday.
I mean, if I was prepared, this is probably what I would have prepared.
Yeah,
what
definitely.
you're doing now.
Yeah. It was so obvious.
Me too.
Yeah, it was an
Me
obvious.
too.
It was an obvious game.
Me 3. Me D2.
Now,
Me
listen,
3PO.
Listen to this one very carefully.
Yeah,
All right?
listening.
Sunday go to meat and bun. What's a Sunday go to meat and bun?
Sunday gonna meet and bun.
Sunday, we're going to meet up. And
You're on it,
for
Tim.
lunch.
You're pretty damn close.
Is it sexual?
It's not. Well, it is church related. So
Oh, really?
Sunday go to meeting bun. So it's a type of biscuit that you grab just before you go to your Sunday meeting, which is church. Mm-hmm. Put it in your pocket so that, 'cause sometimes
Got
those things
someone,
go for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Those Baptists, they go for hours.
It's like Scroggin for religious people.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scroggin on a long hike. Scroggin
One
for,
ingredient.
A hike to spiritual repentance.
Scroggin off for Jesus. I could say that. So I like that one. A Sunday go to meet and bun.
I like Scroggin Off for Jesus.
Well, we're trying to come up with our catchphrases, so maybe that's one we'll catch on.
I think that's going to
Scroggin
catch
Off.
on.
Stroganoff?
Scroggin off.
Scroggin off.
Because a beef Scroggin off is something different.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
Cow tipping.
that's the start of Rubber Biscuit. So it's going to be a new segment where you can look up lyrics that you don't know that have always stumped you, or a catchphrase, or
And read them slowly, out loud, and take up a good 8 minutes of the show.
at least 8
Okay, we
minutes.
could do that.
Or we can
So,
go-
and as the the little literary intellects that we are, we will attempt to dissect
this is correct.
and really try to get down to the nitty gritty truth. Maybe beginnings. Is there going to be some history?
Maybe.
Well,
Bow,
maybe
bow,
if we get right into the history of it, these ones are from history. It's funny you should say that.
Isn't everything?
When do they start talking about chips?
That's it's by the Chips.
Oh,
the
it's
song
By the Chips.
Rubber Biscuit.
Right.
Anytime you want to talk about chips, though,
Yeah.
Yeah.
especially varieties of salt on chips, I can talk about that shit for days.
Well, let's just go a little chip.
Chip
Con-
run.
convo,
Okay,
just very
so
quickly.
I had a
crinkle cut, or
So we're going
fries.
crisps, right?
Okay.
Nah.
Chips.
Yeah,
We're
chips.
Cooked potatoes.
Are you talking
Hot
about hot
chips.
chips?
Hot
We're talking
chips.
about hot
I'm talking
chips.
about hot
chips.
chips.
Okay, because I
Let
was
there
gonna,
be
I was gonna bring up.
no confusion. And I say chip, I don't mean crisp. No way.
Okay, because can I just go on the crisp tip for just 1 minute?
If we must.
If we
There's a
must go
sidebar on a
crispy.
sidebar, though.
It's a
just so you know.
Pringles flavour. Shout out to Flipperty Sticks. And it's meat pie and dead horse flavour.
Oh, yeah.
Sauce, that is, for our international listeners. Tomato sauce. And they taste just like meat pie and tomato sauce. Fantastic.
That's
amazing.
that's a Pringle, is it, Tim?
It's Pringle-like tubular.
Now, I'll ask the questions here. Crinkle cut, or just a straight cut, or a French fry. Go.
Red Rooster.
So
Red Rooster.
he's a straight cut. He's not a French fry man.
So
Yeah,
you like
they do an in between at Red Rooster. They do
an
in
in-between.
between
It's a
a
hybrid.
fry and a chip.
It's a hybrid. But, I mean, like, it's the variety that gives...
What, the
like-
variety in the chip consistency? Because sometimes they could be floppy,
yeah,
but
that's
they
true.
can
No, I
be...
think that the variety of, like, the types
Size
of chips
versus
makes them
crunch.
special. You know, like, if every chip was a Red Rooster chip, then Red Rooster chips would cease to be special.
Yeah. If every chip tasted the same, we'd get tired of eating
or Red
chips.
Rooster would have cornered the market.
I think all
if every chip
chips
was a Red Rooster chip.
all chips are beautiful, great and small. Of all varieties, I love all chips.
It's good. So you're anti-wedge? No, you love all chips. You love a wedge. Do you love
Do you like a sweet potato?
sweet potato?
Sweet
Exactly.
potato
Tim.
chip? Because sweet
I'm
potato
I'm chip
is...
bias. I'm chip bias. Like, usually if you've got a wedge option, you've got a chip option.
So, yeah, but a sweet potato is a wedge's deformed cousin, right?
Yeah, he's not as popular as
I think, yeah.
a fry or a chip.
A sweet potato chip is to chips as a kale is to lettuce.
Right.
That's just a...
Or rocket is to what's that one that
Spinach?
comes in buns?
Oh, bun buns.
Have you had bun
Coriander.
buns? Coriander.
Now, are you a
Fuck
deep
coriander.
fry of chips, or an oven bake, or an air fryer? No oil whatsoever.
Have you had much experience with the air fryer?
I have.
What's it like?
The air fryer's good. It's good. There's no oil. Cassie Lee, you see, she doesn't want all that oil. But
That's fair
I'm more of a deep. Well, let's get that deep fry going. If we're eating chips, let's deep fry it, put it in chicken salt all over it. And,
I'm going to go you one further. I've got the packet fries. Chuck them in the oven. Get them almost there. And then, before the oven ruins them, chuck them in the pan.
Finish off.
Crinkle.
It's a bit of smoke and mirrors, isn't it?
It is.
It's mutton dressed in lamb.
Two fry.
I've got a mutton dressing
Two
lamb
fry.
for you. So your sausage roll in the microwave.
Snuffy waggers.
Yeah, you get that going, right? You do a high sort of minute 30.
Yep.
Because I know how to microwave anything. I know the
That's
time.
your secret
That's one of my
power.
secret powers. Minute 36, sausage roll. But then it's floppy, right? So what you do is a little bit of butter, some milk on top. Not butter, some milk. So paint some milk on top, right? A little bit of milk in the griller for like 3 to 4 minutes, and it just crisps up the outside.
Really?
Yeah. And so you're actually eating a microwave, a quick snack. 'Cause I don't know about putting these sausage rolls in the oven for 25 minutes.
Well, a minute 36 plus gas heating up the gorilla.
Yeah.
Then a couple more minutes there. It's not a quick snack.
It's a 5-minute snack.
Okay.
But at least you've got something that you think it's a quality product.
That's right.
You know, when you have a microwaved sausage roll,
You're disappointed.
you may as well just sit down against the cupboards in the corner of the kitchen and in no pants, you know, and just spill some sauce on your crutch and then put this soft, soggy thing in your face and realise that you really don't give a shit about yourself or anything else in your life.
I don't think you're a sauce spiller because you're always in a white shirt
And
never got sauce.
never a stain.
Yeah.
No, well-
never a stain.
Never
there,
the
shall
twain
be.
shall meet.
That's
Sauce
an
on
absolute misconception. I am a sauce spiller from way back. I spill everything.
How do you feel about the old worksite trick where you get a packet of Frankfurt hot dogs and you chuck them in the kettle?
Yeah, I've never done it in the kettle. But I'll tell you what I did do on the work
That
site.
is crook. That is crook.
I've done it before, but
You have?
what I used to do is before you go out on a long day, used to work, heavy days out in the land, and sometimes you don't have access to, a hot lunch. But when you're working hard, you don't mind a hot lunch. So I used to boil the kettle, get a thermos, get your hot dogs, Don hot dogs are the best.
classic.
Let's drop some advertising here
This
because
is a
worth a lot.
classic.
and then chuck them in the thermos, fill up your thermos with your boiling water, and then put your lid on. As soon as you're ready, it's like you got your very own Bain Marie. You can pull them out. It's a bit of an art to getting them out.
Does your coffee taste like hot dogs after that? That's what I want to know. Like, how long does that stick around?
If you're
Because
really
that,
keen, you can drink the water, but I never did.
As a soup option.
Yeah, hot dog soup.
What if I was on a desert island trying to survive, and you know how you see on those they're alive.
Why have you got hot dogs though?
Yeah, but they're eating they're drinking the fish juice soup, every little morsel. So yeah, I can see that.
Oh, you would if you're on a desert island.
A clam chowder.
Hot dog water would
Hot
be
dog juice.
essence of life if you had nothing else.
Is there much difference between a Frankfurt and a crab stick?
Yeah, there's quite a bit actually.
Is
actually-
the crab stick the hot dog of the sea?
That's a surf and
It
turf.
is. You're right. Depending on your crab stick. But
Yeah, because
your
we're not
processed
we're,
crab stick
we're
just dyed
assuming
differently.
there's no crab in it.
There's no
right?
crab in it.
But it's a red stick.
Yep.
Essence of crab.
with the same kind of texture, same kind of length.
Yep.
It's the hot dog of the sea.
Sure is, dude.
It really is.
So
what about a
that's-
crab?
Put that on the desert island menu.
Yeah.
Yep.
And what about if we're talking about chips and rolls and sausage rolls? Like,
Oh,
what
we
about
are.
what about a chip roll? I mean, that's the classic with gravy on top.
It's great.
Chip roll, yeah.
Chip
Chip
roll.
or chip butty as they call
Butty.
it in
Yeah, butty.
But we
Oh,
don't
so
know
Man,
what
I
it
grew
is.
up on
We
them.
just
I
don't know
got
what it's called.
English olds.
Yep.
And the old lady is buddies. I got that. I had them. I grew up on chip sandwiches. Love them.
Yep. Sick.
Love 'em.
And the crisp sandwich. That was Tim's go-to. White bread, pack of salt and vinegars.
Yep.
I've always thought people that do that have mental problems.
Well, Ta-da!
And you actually strike me as one of the more mentally stable people that I know. So
Okay, well, how about this for the menu choice? You get 2 eggs, you crack them into a container, whip them up, and then you put a little bit of water in there. Yep, whip that up, make a nice omelette. I could have just said omelette right from the start.
that seems pretty standard.
I just thought I'd go through the method.
just stretching
then
out.
you get your, before you fold it over, you get a packet of plain chips, right? And you chuck some potato chips inside the omelette, and then seal
There
over
you
the
go.
omelette.
That's
that
about the
crunch.
texture.
It is.
Don't mind a bit of crunch.
Because you can put potato in an omelette or scrambled eggs. So why can't it just be in crisp form?
Because people think you're mentally unstable.
Yeah, and there's no shame, by the way. Hashtag no shame.
No shame. No shame. I don't hold it against you. That was one of the misconceptions I had growing up. People that ate chips in sandwiches. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
All right, this is that was a that was a
was a
left
sidebar.
turn, a sidebar, but we're still in Rubber Biscuit.
Yeah.
Oh, we are. Okay.
Yeah, we're still in Rubber Biscuit. So these are the ones from the 50s. And I pretty much know all of these. Some of them are still in rotation. So let's see how you guys go. This is easy, easy. Cruising for a bruising.
Yeah, cruising for a bruising.
Yep.
What does it mean?
You're aiming to get punched in the mouth.
Looking for trouble.
You're looking for trouble. You're being a little scumbag.
Cruising for a bruising.
That's a ding on that one.
Okay.
You guys got that. A knuckle sandwich.
Yeah.
That's
A punch in the face.
Yes, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, but for some of our listeners growing up in the maybe in the 90s.
So far,
or-
not so good.
So far, you're
go.
100%, Tim.
Okay.
So, and it said a punch in the face.
All right, really?
It's a different type of sandwich.
Okay.
Yeah. An ankle biter.
That's a little tacker.
That's
Yep.
a little
There you go. Boom.
And a little tacker is a young child.
Okay, now here's one that might throw you for a what is it? A leg or a six? Is it
Three.
a
Three
for
sixter.
That's another saying. That's a Rubber Biscuit right there.
Mate, this one's going to make you kick the bucket.
What's an apple butter?
Apple butter?
Mm.
Um.
I'll say it in a sentence. He's a real apple butter.
He's sucking up to the teachers.
That's what
Close.
Sucking up the
It's
teachers.
close,
He's
yeah.
a brown nose.
No, he brings apples to school to give to his teachers, but instead of placing it on the desk, he shoves it up his teacher's ass.
Yeah.
Right. It's not quite that. It's the 50s, remember. So it's
So yeah, that still fits.
he's a smooth talker.
Oh,
He's apple butter.
Okay, so nothing like what I was saying. You hinted towards me being right. So is that a
Well, you were saying what did you say?
he
What was
sucks up to the
He
teachers.
sucks up.
Brown
So he's a
nose.
smooth brown nose. So he's a
Brown
smooth
nose.
talker.
Okay.
He gets in
Yeah,
it.
Brown noses are smooth talkers,
Yeah,
sweet talkers,
yeah.
whatever.
I know we don't like him. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
not around
The
these
consensus is we ain't down with them.
We're
No.
not. Backseat bingo.
I would say something like a person that's not participating in the bingo game and still goes,
Like,
oh, yeah, I've got that number, but they actually don't.
Didn't buy a ticket, yelling bingo out the back.
Oh yeah.
That would fuck the whole thing.
Or is it a
damn it. Just kidding.
backseat driver?
that's where I thought you were going with that. The bingo calling. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it's kissing in the car. These are from America as well.
Okay.
I just like
A
to
bit
say.
of
So that's a
bit of
101.
backseat bingo.
Ah,
A bit of backseat fingo.
this is one for you. You two. You two. Sorry, I was
Yes. Coin that phrase, Jeremy.
backseat bingo.
Backseat fingo.
What about this is for you producers out there? Baked biscuits. What's the baked biscuits?
Make those dope twangs.
Yeah.
Make the most of it.
To make a record.
Yeah.
Bake a biscuit, man.
Oh yeah,
Oh, okay.
dope twangs.
Okay.
Oh, now don't get confused with the biscuits we were talking about just before.
Rubber biscuits.
Rubber biscuits.
Or not to be
the
confused
kind
with
that if-
soggy biscuits.
Or
Is it the kind that if you throw it against the wall and it bounces back and misses your
It
mouth,
goes
you-
platinum.
You go hungry. It goes platinum.
Just to interrupt, on the soggy biscuit note, like I've always found the concept of it kind of pretty crass, pretty repulsive.
Yeah, it's
I don't know,
repugnant.
repugnant.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
Crook.
when it come up, the image that come in my head, the biscuit is always a malt of milk.
Okay. What, the worst
I do
type
like
of
those.
I
like a shitty biscuit as well. It's not a great
Not
biscuit.
to say that I want to envisage it, but when like you hear something, you like there's a association, an image, brain association. I'm just being open.
Yep.
But like every time it's mentioned, without fail, the image is a malta milk.
Do we
Well,
need
there's
to
soggy malted
explain
milk.
what a soggy biscuit is, or do you
No,
want to
let's
just
not.
No,
Let's
no,
not.
no.
Let's
All right,
not.
let's go to pile up Z's.
Pile up Z's.
Yep.
Catch power gonk.
Yep,
sleep.
power gonk. Have a snooze.
Power
to
gonk.
raz my berries.
It's to be kicked in one's balls.
You would think so.
I really razz my berries on that
I
one.
think a raz my berries would be more like on your balls,
Right, okay.
Oh, yeah. A raz.
which
Yeah.
is not enjoyable.
A razzing. That's a misconception.
It is.
Yeah.
That's to impress me.
Okay, that would impress me.
Give me
Really?
if you
To
pulled
razz my berries is to impress.
Man, you're really razzing my
If
berries.
I said to someone, you're razzing my berries, it's like,
Wow,
man,
see?
you're pissing me off.
Oh, it's
That's
not
what
the 20s, it's the 50s.
50s, but still same sort
yeah.
of. See,
You really razz my berries, see?
Oh,
Yeah,
my God,
last
guy,
night.
that was a fantastic performance out there on the croquet field. You're really razzing my berries.
Well done, guy.
I'm going to put a good word for you into the board.
What about give me a belt? Is to call me. Boss is great. I didn't like that. Bread is money. We all know about bread. We've been talking about bread and
Yeah.
buns. And
Cool is cool.
what about if you're all chrome plated?
Oh.
Well, just straight out the shop. Brand new. Schmickoid.
All dressed up.
Ah.
Chrome plated. I like that one. That could catch on even.
I'm all chromed up.
Don't have a cow. We know that. You know.
Cowabunga, man.
Yep. Your earth pads.
Your shoes.
Yes.
Well, there you go.
Shoot. Okay.
Hey. So you're getting into it now, aren't you?
Right into this one.
What about Fat City?
Fat City. The big smoke.
A great thing or place.
In town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuzzy duck.
Cranbourne.
Frankston.
What's a fuzzy duck?
From Frankston.
Coburn.
Can we just out of... Do you know what, actually? Let's bring this up. Do you know at the moment, there's like a really... Sorry to interrupt. There's a really big social campaign to lift the image of Frankston. Now, I haven't seen it, but apparently my girlfriend was saying she was on the trams and there's like ads saying like Faces of Frankston, an app you can go into and actually like... And they've just got people from Frankston. They've obviously like... You know how like Sam Newman will go there and pick the worst of people? They've obviously gone to Frankston and picked like the best people they could find. And then people can access an app and like view people from Frankston.
These
that
because
will
your
change
possible
their-
neighbours, yeah.
change their perception of Frankston. And this all goes back to, remember how I told you about the prices going up and the pollies knew it back in the day? This has all got to do with that.
Right.
Just to throw an absolute spanner in the works.
No, well, it's true. It's all beachfront property. I mean,
I'm
beachfront
like it.
property.
I'm a ranger for Franger.
Yeah, hey mate, I'm
That's a
I'm
catchphrase
Frankston
right
on the
there.
ground.
So I'm trying to
I
throw
will
catchphrases,
represent
yeah.
Frankston, and I love the place, and I always have been a fair, representative of the place. It's a nice place. It's definitely has its ups and downs, but doesn't any place.
it's
But
Yeah, it
anyway,
does.
that's why I just
Right.
wanted to interrupt.
Sorry.
Just because I said Cranbourne, and that's not very nice.
no, it's not. You should have
whether
said
it's true or not.
should have said Berwick.
Yeah, or something like that.
Now, what's a fuzzy duck?
Drink.
Now, a duck. If you'd say on the worksite, ducks on the pond, ducks on the pond. What would that mean?
Look out the front, lads. There's a skirt.
That's close. It means there's as a female, a lady on the worksite. A duck is on the pond. So stop your swearing. Pull your pants up.
Act gentlemanly.
Yes.
I might actually have one of those.
So
I
a
don't know
fuzzy
how I'd
duck.
get through it, but
A fuzzy duck is a girl
is
with
an old lady.
short hair. Short-haired lady.
Isn't that a lesbian?
Speaking of, this afternoon I was walking down the store
That is weak.
to get some aqua minerale, and I saw a young lady scooting down on a hipster bicycle
Yep.
with a basket on the
A
front,
fixie. Yep.
T-shirt, wearing the slogan,
I'm a
If you-
slut.
well,
No.
the future is female.
Yeah. Yep. Well,
Probably right.
at least
I've got
50% of it is.
I mean, I've got nothing against, the females.
I know,
Love
but-
them. And I've got
but
nothing
you should
against the
have more
feminism
against
movement and
people producing T-shirts, just for
whatever
the
like
sake of
that, and equality and the whole thing, like whatever. I don't give a shit. I'm all for whatever, but the future is female. Like it's it's not going to be exclusively female. Like, it's your T-shirt's wrong. Like, if the future was female, the future is nobody.
Mate, you have seen
The future is bleak.
You have seen Wonder Woman though. That future is
No, I
that's
haven't seen
one
Wonder Woman.
That's
DC. I can't do it. Snooze review.
It's true. Snooze review. Okay, so we had Fuzzy Duck. We'll wrap this up. Going ape. To get angry.
Yep.
Going cocoa bananas.
Jets. Just says Jets. It's a smart or clever person.
So when you're a Jets all the way?
Yep. And the last one I'll do is what's a jelly roll? It's a type of. I'll tell you what it is. It's a type of haircut. Now, what would it look like?
I reckon it's going to be like greased up,
Yeah.
Siggy and top shoulder pad, greaser.
Yeah.
We're talking like, what's his name? Hey, Tony.
Tony Danza.
Tony Danza.
Hold me closer,
Tony Danza.
Angela. Mona. Seriously, I don't even know who's the boss over here. It's just shit.
That's pretty good. So it is a Tony Danza.
It's all in the
haircut.
words. It's all in the. It's all in the name.
It's got Elvis in the picture.
Oh, yeah.
It's a man's
greaser.
hair combed up
Quiff.
and forward on both sides.
Okay.
There's a little picture there for
Oh well.
Yep.
the jelly roll.
Typical Elvis,
Jelly-
what you'd
jelly
expect,
roll.
younger days.
So this is look. There's a few more in there.
So
but,
we need a couple more modern
we do. We need
catchphrases.
to
More modern day. I mean, we came up with a few then, but I know my wife came up with one. She says it all the time. Get off me.
well, I was thinking of what does your mum cook? You reckon
Yeah?
that would catch on?
What does your mum cook?
Hey, how you doing over there? How's your mum cook?
Yeah.
She's all right. Or what's your mum cook?
What does your mum cook? You could change it if you want.
What does your mum
or your
cook?
wife. I've
Hello.
sort of said in
Hello.
brackets.
How are you?
She has
Hello.
about 5 to 6 meals that she
Yeah.
repeats consecutively.
Yeah. Hello. How are you? What does your mum cook? How are you? Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. Okay. Now that's all the money. Now that's all the money.
Is that what you say when you're getting mugged?
That's something good.
Oh,
Something good. It's like
Great.
you win. We win Tats Lotto, obviously, but you find.
that's not enough. That's all. Is that all the money? That's all the money.
let's say. End of the party. There's no more beers left because everyone's drunk and more. But you find one stash at the bottom of the ice barrel.
Oh, that's
Like,
all the money.
All the money.
Yep.
Right there. Don't wait for Christmas.
No.
Don't wait for Christmas.
Pass.
Christmas.
Pass on
Hard
hard
pass.
pass. Am I wearing pants or what?
That's a good one.
Yeah, that is good.
Yeah.
That is good.
Works for a.
Yeah, well, you just like you know, like
It was
it's
so
something
crazy.
that's
Last.
oh man, it's so crazy, man. Was I wearing pants or what?
Yeah, you were wearing pants.
You were wearing the pants.
It's all the bacon.
No one else was wearing any pants,
It's
but you
all-
were wearing pants. It was weird. It was an orgy, but you kept your pants on.
Yeah, I was wearing the pants. Is that what it was?
It was strange, Jess. You really should have taken your pants off.
I was wearing my
Am I
pants.
wearing pants or what?
And sorry,
That's a
yeah,
good one.
am I wearing pants or what?
It's all the bacon.
It's all the bacon.
That's like the money, though, isn't it? Let's
Yeah, it's
face
the
it.
same one.
It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
your money.
It's very, I mean,
Yeah, that's all the money. That's all the bacon. Drew, they're pretty close.
let's talk about Gary.
Talk about
Talk
Gary.
about Gary.
Yeah.
My favourite one from this week is let's do cheese and biscuits soon.
Yes, that came up last
That
night.
is a good one.
So
Is
if
that
you-
in inverted commas? Let's. Yeah.
Well, it could work for anything, man. Like, let's go out and get crazy. Let's actually catch up for cheese and biscuits. But if you expect,
If you turn it into something else, because let's go for cheese and biscuits actually is like, it's nice when people say, like, we'll go, oh, yeah, hey, by the way, we're going to go out for cheese and biscuits with Harry and Sally next week. Oh, yeah, excellent. Like, you know, but if someone
Oh,
says,
he's all Gary.
it's like, yeah, but
That guy.
what are we going out for cheese and biscuits? Or, like, are we going to take, you know,
Yeah,
LSD in a mud bath? You know,
yeah,
like,
that's
what
right.
is-
It
what-
could work for anything.
it's all the money.
It just detracts. It detracts from the significance of the cheese and biscuits. I'm just saying, like,
It could be.
cheese
It
and
could be
biscuits.
like you say to your missus, "It's a bit of a code. Let's go do cheese and biscuits." You know?
And she says back to you, "Get off me."
Yeah.
Well, let's cut to a quick break,
Hey,
and then we'll.
Before I just want to jump in.
Jesus
While we're on saying. While we're on sayings.
That was a hard out right there.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
Because we're on sayings. I didn't get to say it. And this is an existing one, but I love it. And an old bloke said it on a building site once, and I've never forgot it. But when you're somewhere to get business done, you say, we're not here to fuck spiders.
Oh, yeah. This is a classic.
Don't tell me how to suck an egg.
I know.
But who's fucking spiders?
I know. That's what's it's like. It's
Well, we're not here for that.
no, exactly.
Let's just be clear about it.
No one ever came with the intention to fuck a spider.
Yeah.
But I guess it's the absurdity that makes it so amusing. I don't know if it was the context that I heard it at the time, but
I've
because
heard
I
of
love
it.
it.
This, and the other favourite expression I love is chop me out. And we'll have that next after this break.
Hey kid, what's that you're eating?
It's an apple, sir.
What the fuck you're eating an apple for? Haven't you heard? Real fruit is for losers. Introducing Flatto Fruit. We've taken the natural flavors of fruit and chemically enhanced them with benzene, formaldehyde, and genuine slaughterhouse animal waste. Then we rolled it flat for a great taste. What do you think of fruit now, kid?
I love Flatto Fruit, but I've been hearing voices in my head that tell me to kill my parents.
Flatto Fruit's in stores now.
Yeah, wasn't that just a fruit roll-up
Yeah.
growing up?
Flatto fruits.
I've had 4 pieces of fruit today. Yeah, so that's our favourite news, what do you call it, segment?
Well,
Chop me out.
Chop me out. Yeah. So if I guess I can jump in here. If anybody wants to be part of the chop out, you know what we'll do is we'll scratch it tonight.
No, have we got any names in the barrel? Surely there's some names in the barrel.
There was
Let's
a
check the barrel.
guy on. There was a guy on the old.
Did you see that?
I did see that.
Yeah, there was
There's
one.
guys.
Let's
Let's-
adjust. Can you-
there's
can you
people
turn
in the
that
barrel.
off?
We've got the product here.
Got the product.
Do you know tonight we've got a classic black?
So do you want to just give our new listeners a bit of a update of what Chop Me Out is? I'll give you a little intro first.
And here we are again with the classic black Chop Me Out competition that we have here on the Escape Pods. We like to do this as an opportunity to give back to our communities of listeners.
To raise up the community even.
And, yeah,
It's
exactly.
a race of money.
And, you know, to fill time.
Yeah,
The most
basically.
absurd,
that's it.
ludicrous ways that we
Yeah,
can
no
do
doubt, no
it.
doubt.
And what better way to do it than to do it with a little bit of softcore gambling.
Okay, so I'd like the idea of scratching it now, but I think we won't reveal to the listeners if we've won or not.
I
Well,
think,
I
Well, I
that-
think that's kind of...
Well,
it's
they've
kind
got
of the point. Like,
No.
we're scratching and scratching.
No, but nobody's
Outcome unknown.
nobody's chopped us out for this episode. So if we
No,
scratch
just
it,
the rules are once you've entered your name and suburb, you're
You're in
You're
for
in
life.
Chop Me Out
For life.
until for
okay,
life.
well, if I had
Now, if we do win
We
in
have
6
to be
weeks,
realistic, Tim. I
Pull
don't
up,
think. I mean, just there might be lots of people that are interested in this, but I don't think if people enter for our good, they're in it for good. Otherwise, we have no one to give it to.
all right, so we'll. I'm pretty sure somebody got us to chop them out on our Facebook page, which you can go to and just sort of
what's the
post
address
up
there,
on
Tim?
there. Turnstile Records presents
On
the
Facebook.
Escape Pods. It's not that. It's Turnstile Records presents. And I think we've worked out the little glitches here, even though when I try and scroll there, Jeremy, it just pops
Yeah.
right back up to the top.
It's
really,
my phone. It's
quite
terrible.
strange.
It's
Wow,
really frustrating.
really
man.
unhelpful.
There's probably a new modelled out
Yeah, it's-
engineered obsolescence. Have you noticed that? I mean, Apple's just admitted that they do slow batteries of their older phones.
Yep.
They slow their phones, and they say it's to stop the battery from experiencing any problems like exploding or
Fucking bullshit.
I mean,
It's just
or
doing
whatnot.
to
All the
fuck
new
with
the
us.
new operating systems require more power than the battery can give it. So
They do it
slow
so
the
that
system.
80% of the people that don't understand that will just go, my phone's
oh, my
fucked.
phone's fucked. I better go buy a new one.
I've got to get an
Right,
Apple.
guys,
I can't scroll
guys.
down.
Engineered
But,
obsolescence.
Guys, that's all the money. So
It
That's
is.
all the money.
that's all the bacon.
That's
whatever.
the ham biscuit.
Yeah.
But there is somebody on our Facebook page, and we might find this guy's name and read it out next week. But
But thanks for chopping us out.
I know John's in on it. John Bateman. I know Mezza, Mum, and Dad are in on it.
got a
Vanessa's
few.
in on
We've
it.
got a
She's,
few.
she's
Vanessa's in on
chopping it. And have we got a guy here?
Couldn't
Oh,
find
we'll
it. Just
I'll
disappeared.
find that on my phone.
Yeah.
It's a little bit easier to navigate. Oh, here we go. Anthony Kavanagh.
Oh, Is that a relation to my Cassie Lee?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Do you know that guy? It is. Thanks for leaving a message on the board, and you have officially been chopped in.
You are chopped
Anthony,
out.
He's
Chopped out, chopped in.
Just so you know, Anthony, you're in the chop me out. I'm scratching away here.
Okay,
Yeah.
he's got.
I'm on the run. I'm hopefully.
Any luck so far with the scratching over there?
Give us. What are
not
we
so
looking at
far.
here?
I don't. What
Are we dealing with cherries or?
We've got a classic bingo scenario again.
Okay.
What's
So you get your letters. Oh no, you get your numbers, and
doing a bit
then
of backseat bingo with myself here. But yeah, it's we've got a few numbers here. We've got 5 lucky numbers, and they say they're lucky.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if they are or not yet, but we're scratching away, and so far, we're halfway through the scratch here, and we haven't won anything yet. So, but you never know. You
Chop
never
me
know.
out.
So no one's getting chopped out.
Come on, man. Chop
But
me out.
you know what? We think that scratches are pretty useless. You know, like we don't get them because of the off. You know, it's a good idea. Hopefully, someone gets chopped out. That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
But that's not. We don't get them expecting to win. You never buy a scratchy expecting to win.
Don't expect to win.
No.
But
But this is the.
I know someone that won $150,000 off a scratchy. Bought a house off a scratchy.
Fucking
That's
hell.
not too bad.
Like it happens. I know the person. I work with him. He talked to me legitimately every day. He won $150,000.
It's not a friend of a friend.
No, I've seen him every day.
Well, it is technically to us because it's a friend of his.
And this is what we're trying
Colleague.
to do. We're trying to create.
So the possibilities
Friends.
there.
Yeah,
And each other.
and how do you create friends? You give them the promise of money, and
That's exactly right.
that's how I kept all my
Give them
friends.
something because all they do is take.
But I do like that to saying "chop me out." Give us a chop out.
Oh yeah.
Give me a hand.
Can you chop me out, Brass? Can you Excuse me, Brass. Can you chop me out, Brass?
Yeah. Got any durries? Can you chop me out? I like it.
Well, scabbing a dart.
No, sorry.
Scabbing a dart or an argan these days, or a ciggy. It's $1 a ciggy.
It's a lot to pay for a darb.
Oh, I heard. I tell you, medical update. I was at the hospital and I was packing up to leave, fixing to leave, and one of this old mate was in there visiting his wife, who was in
Trevor.
one of the ward, Trevor, and he was in a wheelchair, and an old bloke, and he was going out to have a ciggy, have a dart, have a durry.
Have a darb.
Have an
an
argan.
argan.
And he had
No prizes. These things are fucking rigged.
Chop me out.
No job out. Yeah, so he's. I'm on the way to the car, and he's had his ciggy, and he's wheeling back, and he's gone over the gutter, and he's upside down.
Oh,
And he's
Trevor's
upside down, bleeding from his head.
Oh,
And there's a taxi and a few cars lined up, just sitting there, looking at him.
what?
And I walked straight over, and I said to the taxi driver, "What the fuck are you doing, mate? Get out of your car." He was like, "Oh no, someone's coming to get him." I said, "Well,
Help him.
he's upside down, man." Anyway, so one of the nurses came. We picked him up, and I was talking to him. His name was actually Gary,
Okay.
and he'd gone over to have a ciggy, and
What was the catchphrase?
chop me out.
No, Gary. The Gary. Just like Gary.
That's all. It's all the Gary.
It's all Gary.
I don't know.
Gary.
But the male nurse said, he said, "Oh,
Don't touch him.
you
got AIDS.
you got your nails. Got your nails for ciggies."
Your nails.
Yes, it's the nails in your coffin.
You got your nails.
Got your packet of nails over there.
Coffin
Got your
nails.
argan.
Yeah.
Your
I've heard that,
darts,
yeah.
your darbs.
Got your
Your nails.
emphysema sticks.
Your death sticks.
Yep. Okay, well, there you go.
That's all the phrases I can handle.
Nails. I like it.
You like it?
Did you put that together? Nails in the coffin. Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
You didn't ask.
No. Well, his ciggies were on the ground, and I grabbed him. He said, "You'll take these for later, mate." And I go, "Yeah, get those nails."
Yeah. Grab your nails.
But he was very upside down. I just sat with the guy there for a little bit. I didn't move him because I've been stung like that before. When I remember the time I pulled that lady out of the burning car,
Batman.
episode 17,
Yeah.
Shelved Batman.
Shelved Batman.
Same thing. They were like, you can't. You're not allowed to touch people. And I was like, the car was steaming. There was things going on, and she
Yeah.
was screaming, "Get me out! Get me out!"
Yeah.
Who jumped in?
Batman.
That's right. Right here.
I had no
Episode
idea.
17.
I had no
Check it
idea.
out.
This actually happened.
Yeah,
This is
that's
true. It happens all the time. I'm
This is a
always
podcast.
saving people.
That's great.
Always.
No, I like that. I like that character in a person. You know, not enough people save people's lives these days. That pisses me off.
Jump in.
I've jumped in a couple of times, saved a couple.
Yeah.
Can honestly say.
Fighties.
Oh, fucking, I can't. I reckon I've saved countless retards from getting their head pummeled many a times, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about in the water. Some drownings.
Oh, yeah?
Drownings, yeah.
Okay.
Very good.
Actually, it's a funny story. Just to lay in, you've got a story to save people. I've got one. Let's toot chains or whatever.
Okay.
Two change. That's
chains.
another one. Right, that one.
Toot change.
Let us toot chains. No. But yeah, no. I was swimming out in a beach, a pier that goes out into the water, and there was a few.
So this pier goes out to the water, you say?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does.
Right,
Like it
right,
starts at the
right,
beach and it
Yeah,
extends
right,
out
right,
into
right,
the
I'm
general
right there.
Well, I can see
water
it. Yeah, I can see that.
area. It's got pylons, and
I've got pylons, but that's another story
Yeah,
for
that's right.
medical. Sorry, mate. Continue.
it's a pylons, not hemis.
Yeah. Not piles.
Anyways, yeah, fucking hell. I bloke looked around. He was going under. Didn't want to save him, but realised at that minute, no one else can see him, and the bloke's going to die if you don't.
Oh, no, I'm going to have to be the one to give him
So-
mouth-to-mouth resuscitation.
Oh,
But am I going
Why
to be able
can't
to
I-
sleep ever again if I don't save this guy?
you know,
Why can't I tie it in with some lovely girl going in and I can just work in a molest there? While I'm at it? Why does it have to be
usually
a
at the
guy?
forefront of my mind, not at this circumstance.
Right, yeah.
But I tell you what, got him into shore. Thought he was going to strangle me to death. The last minute, I stopped thinking about getting into shore with this guy strangling me, and I started thinking, how am I going to break this guy's chokehold off me and just leave him for dead? But then I touched the ground. And
Do you think,
so we're
do you
all
think
right.
there was
Yeah.
at one point, because he was disorientated, that he thought he was saving you? and you're like, he's just getting
might
tighter
have,
and
he might
tighter.
have.
He's like,
He's
this
on the
guy's
other
just
side of the
slipping
world.
away. He's
I think
slipping
he was
away.
Japanese.
He's trying to swim away from me.
He's on the other side of the world at the moment telling the opposite story.
Yeah, that's exactly
I saved
right.
this Australian guy. But, anyways, in that instance, I lost my sunglasses. I was walking back out the pier to find my sunnies. Jump into the water, grab my sunnies, pop my head out, hear screaming. Someone else needs saving.
Oh, kidding me.
Yeah, a
A
bloke.
double save.
It was a bit silly. It was a bloke. It was funny because this girl was really young. She would have been before 5 years, 6 years old, out swimming at the end of the pier in snorkel and goggle with her old man, who was slightly heavy set and obviously an idiot that has his young girl swimming on a heavy day under the pier.
He's
He's drowning. This heavy set dude's drowning. The girl's screaming, and I'm there with a mate, and he grabbed the girl. And I'm like, I'm
Alas.
trying to save this heavy guy because I was swimming a lot at the time. I was a better swimmer. Anyways, there's lifesavers on this beach. They end up come out. They saved the little girl because she's screaming. Meanwhile, I'm there getting dragged down by this heavy guy, fully, he was it was the most ludicrous thing I'd ever seen. The girl, 4-year-old girl, could swim better than her old man, but he had her out in the end of the pier. It was just strange. But so.
Any medal of honor or anything like that?
That's not as dangerous as saving someone from a car, but I just thought it was a funny story because I've probably only ever saved 2 lives in my life, and they were within the same day, within half an hour.
You look up at the pier, and there's the Japanese guy running off the end again to jump in.
That's right.
Well, Sean Enough's trying to get my Batman title for sure.
Oh, yeah,
He's
I just
trying
stepped in there. Sorry, but no, I liked it because I felt like, for a second there, I just felt like when you said you've saved a life, and I remembered I'd saved a life, and I thought, wow, we're like superheroes. We're like
Yeah,
a little...
pretty
Saved a
much.
life. I saved a life.
Yeah?
Yep.
Which one was that?
The hammer.
Oh, the hammer guy.
Go back.
Yeah.
You just got to go back and listen to the podcast.
Previous episode.
Oh, you've already
episode
talked about it.
17, yeah.
Yeah, I have.
I saved the first life I saved was our next door neighbour when I was about 4 or 5, and we're playing out the front of the front yard, and someone up the street with a slight hill where Vanessa used to live left their handbrake off. It was like an old Ford or whatever, and it was just rolling towards us. And I remember looking at the car being a little tacker going, there's no one in that car, and it's coming this way. And I pieced it all together because I wasn't a moron, even from an early age. And
It's like Doogie Howser MD shit.
it is. Well, I moved our picnic I got our bikes out of the way and moved
So you
her.
had plenty of time.
It wasn't a 4-course meal picnic.
You packed up the whole picnic.
It was an imaginary picnic, so
Right, okay.
sort of just like.
So it was quick.
But I remember that was my first life-saving. So
All right. Boring. All right. Well, look, that's pretty much the music coming up.
Would you say that's an episode, Tim?
Yeah, that's an episode, definitely.
Sean, how did you feel, mate?
Yeah, I feel.
You
I think
calling
we
it?
got through it.
I've got through it. I feel a little bit better now than I did when we started, but that's because I'm a little bit more drunk.
And hot tips, hot takeaways for this is your best takeaway is Red Rooster.
Yeah.
The only
Thanks,
chips
Dan.
you really need is a best of both worlds crinkle cut / deep fried, but air fried oven at the end.
That's right.
And if you're going to take anything away, take away that.
Or Scroggin Off for Jesus.
Yeah. I'm Timmy Taco.
I'm jezbot.
I'm sure Baby Jacks.
Goodbye.
One pod left, and the 3 of us.
The escape pod. The escape pod. What if there are droids in the escape pod? The sensors wouldn't pick them up.
Escape puzzle sounds really nice.
Well, boys, it's a very lovely ship. I think you should look out. Goodbye.